They aren't creepy or spooky, but definitely kooky. They may joke about Dookie, the four guys on the show. You know all of their names from watching them play games. Their scores sometimes are lame. The four guys on the show. Pinball. Consoles. Arcades. Sunday night is a dream because you get to see them at Eastern 7 p.m. Tune in and watch the show.
Nice.
Hey, looky there. We're live.
Hey.
The intro worked, and people are here. Mike's Gaming Gala.
Did it work for my
Salty.
channel this week? That's what I want to know.
Gaming Road Warriors here. I thought we banned that guy.
Woo!
Mike, weren't
that
you in
guy.
charge of banning him?
Gaming Road Warrior! Love that music. I'm going to see if I can meet up with Mike and his people and get my own cool intro when I'm out there in Washington.
Right?
The post.
Oh, man. I just got attacked by a fly. That whole time while we're just shooting the shit in the green room, talking and doing all our serious prep work, nothing. As soon as we go live, a fly lands on my face.
Right?
Oh, so how's things, guys? How's your week going? Bo, do you have an exciting week?
Oh, yes. Actually, it's going to be better this week because the entire mill is down except for the bricklayers. We have to be there, but that means we do 8-hour days instead of 10-hour days, so it's like a vacation.
Nice.
But you always got to love that. Okay, everybody's off for this shutdown week. Not you, bricklayers. You get your asses to work.
Wow. Yeah, that don't seem right, but yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Mike, how's your week going?
Pretty good so
Yeah.
far.
So far. Yeah. Did you have a lot of excitement since the last show?
Well, actually, I just, like I said, I've been working on my new video. So Jason, he stopped over to help me do my skits for Mission Impossible. So we did that, and I had to kind of shoehorn another part onto it, not a skit, but my outro. I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to do it. So prior to being here on the live stream, I had to get that set up when I finally got done. But yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Oh, nice. 700 subs, Salty. Nice.
700 subs for Salty. Nice.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Derek says, woohoo. From one of y'all's channels. He's not on my channel, Derek. I don't know whose channel he's on. I can tell if you're on my channel or if you're not on my channel. I can't tell if they're on yours, Poe, or Mike's, or I don't know if Greg was able to link his or not. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, yeah, he was able to link it. So that's good. So it's going live. And for anyone that's asking, Greg was going to try to make it tonight, but just didn't quite work out. So he's taking it easy. He's taking it easy. So he might pop into the chat.
Yeah, these Mike guys with their skits.
I
Who do I
know.
think they are?
I figure my gameplay counts as a skit because it's always just it's comedy and it's a folly reel watching me playing games.
I always have these ideas since I started my channel for different skits and bought certain props, and I just never did it. Yeah, it's me. I'd barely get a video out anyway. I'm like, this is a great idea. I'm going to do this. Then when I get the stuff, I'm like, man, I don't feel like being out there doing that. So
Yeah,
I do have some props laying around anyway.
right.
You got that green screen behind you though. There's lots of stuff you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to put my gameplay behind me on that for different things, but a lot of times I don't even do that. That's an extra step, so I might not do that either.
I was gonna make me one of them adult movies, and Kelly told me I don't have the props for it. I don't know what she meant by that. I don't know what she meant, but hey, there's Gideon's here.
Gideon.
The nighttime windmiller.
Yep.
3 hours of the morning.
We don't need no stinking skits. You're right. That's why I'm at 400 subs and Mike's Gaming Gal is at 4,000. We don't need any skits over here.
we don't need to do any of the stuff that guy's doing.
Like making interesting videos.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
I had a long one today because I played the new Tomb Raider remaster, part 1, and I haven't played the original for like 30 years. And I was playing with the tank controls, and I'm like, I shouldn't even be recording this. Dear God, I can't even walk 2 steps without walking backwards, walking sideways. And so, yeah, it's going to take some time to get used to that game again. But I put it on the modern controls now for there, so it's a little bit
That's
easier.
what I did too. It made it a lot easier. The tank controls, I don't really miss it, but
Right.
I mean, if I play it on the PS1, it's like, okay, that's how it was, but it's like, oh, this is a lot nicer.
Yeah, we know, Poe. You totally weren't just going back and forth to check for jiggle physics. It was all accidental.
If you watch, you will see that I did go back and forth a good bit between the newer graphics and the old ones, but that was mostly because the new lighting on there is more realistic. The old lighting actually lit everything up better for the old PS1 version. So if I think I'm missing something, I'll go back to the old graphics. Plus,
Nice.
Laura has pointier boobies in the older version. So
Right. There's always that. Hey, Chaos is here.
Kaos.
I see a unicorn.
Did you trap the waiter in the freezer?
No. I was running around so long and messing up the whole tutorial type thing. I'm like, screw this. I'm going right to the mission, right to the adventure. So, yeah, I was in the room where you're running around. She's trying to tell you how to jump. And when I was missing everything, I'm like, I've had enough. I'm going to rage quit at the tutorial here. I better just go.
That's pretty bad when you can't even make it through the tutorial without rage quitting.
I loved it 30 years ago. Things have come such a long way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny you said that. I couldn't even do the tutorial, so I bought the Black Ops 6 Call of Duty game. And it's teaching you how to go run. And it says run and go right. So I did it, and I'm running around in circles. I'm like, oh, do I just keep doing this? And the game didn't say, like, do something else. I'm like, I feel like an idiot. I'm running around in circles on the game. And like, well, what do you want me to do? Slide going right? Go right? But it said run and then go right. So, yeah. I couldn't even pass that. And it's like the most simple instruction, but it's like, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I was yelling at Laura Croft because she was like, I can make this jump if you jump and then hit the action button halfway through the air. And I'm like, which one's the action button? Tell me, you stupid witch. Nothing on the screen showing me.
Right. Yeah. See, I play all those truck stims and flight stims and train stims, and I skip by the tutorials, and then later I'm sitting there live streaming saying, how the fuck do I make this train move? Maybe I should have done the tutorial.
Polo.
Hey, Polo's here.
Fun weekend stories? No. Went out to eat yesterday. That was fun.
Nice.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah,
that was the one thing, and that's very poor taste. Of course, it was Howard Stern back in the day. And remember, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody here, but it was Howard Stern that did it. When Heath Ledger died, like, for the longest time, they didn't bury him. I don't know if they were doing different services at different places. And Howard's like, as long as they're keeping him out, why not do a new Weekend at Bernie's movie with him?
Wow. Nice. Yeah. Am I going to try the driving school? I don't know. Probably not, because I don't even do the tutorials. I might actually learn something if I do the driving school. Kaos says the original Tomb Raider took forever to get used to, but once you do, after hours and hours of playing, it sticks with you. Yeah. Yeah, where'd you go out to eat, Poe?
A place called Villa Blanca. That's where we took my son before for his send off there back in April for his big thing. So nice Italian restaurant. Italian family. Everybody's speaking Italian. They're playing all the Italian music, and
Nice.
it's a really good place. And we finally went at a decent time. If you go any later than what we did, the place is just packed. You got to wait to park and then stand out the door. And we got there a little after 4 p.m. and we got right in, so we were really happy with that. But she tricked me again. She said, "You want to go out to eat?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She said, "How about Villa Blanca?" I'm like, "Yeah." And we got in the car. She said, "We're going to do some grocery shopping afterwards." I'm like, "You." Always getting me with that food promise.
Yeah. Yeah, we doubled down on our cheat day pizza. Friday, Kelly and I both worked, and Shelby, after work, she went to El Paso with a friend. So it was just going to be me and Kelly. So we said, hey, since Shelby's not here, let's not get frozen pizza. Let's go get a real pizza that's made at a place. And so we had pizza on Friday night. And then I asked Kelly today at work, I said, well, do you still want to get pizza for dinner tonight? She's like, yeah, duh. It's Sunday. So we doubled down on our pizza night this week.
Nice.
Yeah. But,
I took out the Red Robin French fries. We found it at Costco. So, yeah, my son wants to eat that tonight. Like,
nice.
Anything else? Yeah, just French fries.
That works. You gonna put cheese on it? What are you having on top of that?
Seasoning? That's about it.
Just some seasoned salt?
Yeah.
Or some garlic? Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had breakfast for supper tonight. So we had French toast and sausage links and scrambled eggs.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And our big food segment here. That's all we've done all week, though. We're sending pictures of food again. So.
Oh, Shelby wasn't home when we started the stream, so I guess I shouldn't have said stuff about getting a good pizza when Shelby's not here. I got busted. Yeah. I don't know what I was going to say. Hey, Poe, you played that. Kelly pointed out something, and this will kind of segue us to our challenges for this past week. What did we play? Night Slashers, right?
Yep.
And you got the new one. And Kelly was pointing out how much better your score was on the new one than it was in the tournament. Is it easier, or is it? I noticed they give you a lot of extra lives.
Yeah, you get 4 lives, and it does seem a bit easier. I got a good bit further, but well, that's the thing too. I mean, when we do these challenges with arcade games, they were meant to take your quarter, and we don't allow another quarter. So you're. But when Greg threw up that score, I'm like, he's definitely playing a different game than us this week. I want some proof because.
Right. Yeah,
I did try 3 different nights to play it, and last night I got my best score, and my God said, I'm done. So.
Yeah, I felt bad because I didn't see that his score had posted, so it looked like I was just pissed off that he had a high score and left it off the spreadsheet. And then I forget when you posted your other score last night or yesterday, or whatever. I saw it, and then I scrolled up just to see. I think I was just looking to see what your old score was. I hadn't opened the spreadsheet yet, and I'm scrolling up. I'm like, oh shit, Greg put a score up there. Dang, that's a great score.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and put it on the spreadsheet. But I wasn't really prepared to talk about this, but I figured we'd talk about the. So the new one is on what? Is it on all the systems or?
Yeah, I think so. I think it came out for everything. Came out about a month ago, I think, 3 weeks ago, something like that. And actually, I didn't even realize that whenever we picked the game. I picked it because we were looking for spooky games. And I'm like, I remember this game that Off Grid played a while back that I wanted to play and I never played. And then I looked up your channel and liked it. And whenever I went and put that into Google, I'm like, oh, the remaster came out a few weeks ago. I'm going to grab that too. So just by chance.
Oh, where's the? I'm looking for the spreadsheet. I don't think I put it in the. Let's see. Now I got to remember how to share it. But yeah, it looks it's interesting with that newer style of art that they do on a lot of newer games. It seems like they're coming with that art style.
Gregory, just say no. It tells you right at the beginning of that game. Just say no, Greg. You don't listen to Nancy Reagan. So Greg admits that he used some ability enhancements for this game.
That's like taking steroids.
I think we gotta get drug tested before we play each week.
Yeah. Yeah. So, are those the newest scores? Tony, did you beat that score, or is that the score you posted?
I think that's the one I posted. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because the one before I had was like 500 below Mike, and then I posted
just a
this
little
one.
below. Yeah. Yeah. So Greg had this monster 85.7. I had 67.4, which was like the second game I played, and I never got close to that ever again after. Poe, you had your 62.3. Mike had 60,900. Derek had 52. That's where most of my games sat. It was around that 50 to 55. This game was luck, apparently.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if Derek was going to have the same score as me like before.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
He usually
whenever I got that one score, I thought I did tie yours exactly, Mike. I'm like, holy crap. And then I look back, I'm like, no, I missed it by 500.
Now I got to figure out how to get this off the screen and get us.
Yeah,
back.
there's no using an intravenous Game Genie each week there, Greg.
Right. Yeah, it's funny because I made it to the Frankenstein guy every game. Well, not every game. A couple times I screwed up really bad and died with the slasher guy before him. But it's like every game I made it right to that Frankenstein dude, and I'm like, how is my score varying so much? But yeah, he was trying. Mike said.
Nice.
So, but yeah, that's a fun game. I do enjoy that game. And but man, that Frankenstein guy, Mike, did you make it past him?
Yeah.
Wow. And you still didn't beat our scores, man. That's embarrassing. I would have went hard no on that one.
I was actually trying to avoid fighting too many zombies. I'm like, oh yeah, just keep going.
You did like I do on half these games that I used to play for distance all the time and never cared about score, and now we're playing for high score, and I'm like, maybe I should chase the blue ghosts and not just let them run away and get all the dots while they're hiding.
I got scared after my first few plays of it because if you hit that special button or the other special that they had, the combo of 2 button presses, you lost like half of your life or more than half of your life. I'm like, what a bunch of bull crap.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot all about that. And I did it once and I'm like, what just happened? How am I? Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I think Kelly and I figured that out when we did the 2-Player Tuesday thing, but I forgot since then because, I forget.
Right. It's been months.
I did notice something, and I'm not trying to say it had any bearing any direction, but I noticed when you guys posted your pictures of the high scores, it seems like the other scores that aren't ours, some people's have higher scores than other people's. So it's like the top 10 scores are not, I would think that was a universal programmed in the ROM, hard-coded, these are the top 10 scores.
Right.
But they weren't. And I was trying to see if I could see one. Because because you scored 60,000. Your first one you posted, you had 60,400. That puts you in 9th place on your scoreboard out of 10. My score, that 67 or whatever, was 10th on mine. And it's like you needed to get 60,000 to get 10. And it's, so it's weird. I don't think the games were, I'm sure the gameplay was the same, but I thought it was odd that the default top 10 score seemed different on different people's screenshots.
Right.
It was interesting. It wasn't enough that I went through everybody's and was like, oh, what does his say? And what does his say? I just noticed yours and mine were different. And which is funny because we're playing off the same thing, right? We got it off I'm sure off the PAX R Us and put it on our iArcade.
Yeah, the uncensored, which is the Japanese version of the game, I guess.
Yeah. So. You would think that it would be the exact same thing, but I noticed the scores were different.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any difference in scoring between the Japanese and the North America release. I just think it was the blood and guts, and they took out crucifix and stuff for the U.S. version. So I think the scoring stayed the same. Yeah,
I like in the new version there where the that first guy that's the puker guy that gets you, but in the new version he has that big old tongue hanging out and like stuff hanging out his arm stumps. Like, what's that all about? But it looks interesting. So, crap. I was just thinking about the pinball stuff. I didn't even get to check what the results were on the pinball tournament. So,
Kaos.
Sorry, guys. And I can't look at that once I'm in all this because I have to totally change all my screens around to get the pinball table to fire up. If I don't, then it messes up the pinball for the next time. So anyway, so people will have to just check and see how you did on the Big Aliens pinball tournament. So I didn't even get a chance to look at it. We had a little issue leading up to this. Mike was having trouble getting on, so I got out here and was trying to make sure everything was set up, and then I completely forgot to it looks like Derek is jumping on right now, and hopefully he'll post pictures. Oh, nice. Yeah, look, I see you, Derek. I was spying on you on the other screen. I saw him load up let's see. Greg said his said Korean version.
Oh, the easier version.
That's the one that's the Korean version.
The North Korean version.
Oh.
Infinite lives, infinite health.
Everybody's equal. There's no high scores.
Infinite health, infinite life. Greg's game ended because he passed out from his drugs he was taking. But going right along with the unpreparedness of that, I didn't have the scores for the pinball tournament. We're also not prepared for this week's tournaments. We made a last second decision 12 seconds before I click go live. Mike, what did we decide for the game this week?
It's going to be Haunted Castle. So for the arcade, it's Castlevania, pretty much.
I'll have to see if I know I have the Versus Castlevania, but that you're talking the original arcade.
Yeah. The arcade one, right, called Haunted Castle.
See if I have
Haunted Castle arcade. So it's 2 weeks in a row with arcade challenges, but we just weren't prepared for a console challenge, and so we're going to go with another one of those. And I also didn't have time to set up the pinball challenge, but it's going to be the new table on Pinball Am. Camp Bloodbrook.
Ernest goes the Blood Camp or something.
Ernest goes the Blood Camp, and I will set that up as soon as we finish the show. I'll fire that up and I'll post it in the Discord.
Yes,
what the
Derek
code is and all that.
We were unprepared, Derek. So Mike whipped out a game that he knew about. We all agreed on it. We're like, okay, it's not console, but
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Last time I tried to share this picture, it wasn't very visible. Let me see. How do I? Oh no, not that. See, I still haven't figured out how to work this thing. I think it was too small for people to read last time. Where did it go?
Yay.
Meow.
Haunted Castle, Derek. And it looks like Castlevania. Which it is Castlevania.
Okay, this thing says it's sharing, but it's not. Interesting. I'll just read it off because I don't think it was readable anyway. Aliens. Poe, you won. 38,600,000. And then we got T-Dog at 34.9.
Yep.
Derek had 30,900,000. Greg had 20,147,000. Mike, you had 17,000,008, and I had 11,000,006. Maybe I should have played more than that first game because I come in last. I didn't even get a top 10 or top 5. I mean, I did get a top 10. So good job, Poe. 39 million.
Well, I had the one evening to sit down and play, and I played 2 games. And the first one I played, I had like 1 million. I'm like, this is the stupidest game they ever made. I hate it. All right, I'm going to play one more time. And all of a sudden, it was like multi-balls. I didn't know what was going on as usual. I'm just hitting the flippers, and I'm like, yeah.
Nice. Oh, here it is. Here's how you share it. That's probably too small for everyone to read anyway. Yeah, that didn't make it any bigger. You just scooched it down. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. That's good, though. I like it. Everyone did a great job, except for me. Oh, Epic didn't give him the buy one, get one free on Blood Camp either, huh?
Oh, no. You know what that means. It's in your face, but you can't grab it.
Right? Yeah, that is so crazy. I told Kelly when I shot my video playing it, it took like 4 tries for me to get that video. There were just things messing up, and I stopped. Oh, I was trying to get the back glass image. And so I started recording. I looked up and I'm like, I don't have a back glass. So then I made the back glass, and somehow I named it wrong. So and like an idiot, I started the recording before I tested to see if the back glass came up because I didn't want to go through all the boot up and stuff. And the third time I did it, I kind of got a little over the top with complaining about Steam not giving you the FX version free if you bought the Pinball M version. I might have used some language. So when I did the fourth one, I kind of toned it down and just said, yeah, it sucks that they do that. But the one before it was, yeah. So it took me 4 tries to get that video started. Yeah, so I will start a tournament on Pinball M with the Camp Bloodbrook, whatever it's called, which is a fun table. I really enjoyed it. So, Poe, you hadn't got to play it yet, right?
No, I bought it, and then I forgot about playing it this weekend. Got into Tomb Raider.
You were saving up for the tournament. You didn't want to waste your good games. That's what it was. Mike, you said you picked it up, and you got it on sale, didn't you?
Yeah, it was like $2.53.
Wow.
Bought it for the PS5. Yeah, when I saw it, like, oh, I'm definitely gonna get it because it was my payday. So, like, yeah, I'll get it. And then, yeah, luckily, when because I remember when I watched your pinball video that you said that was going to be the next challenge. I'm like, oh, go look it up, and then there it was, and it was on sale.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, Greg, it'll be the M version. Derek, we can use our single player scores for the tournament too, right? Because he had a smoking game on just playing, doing practice stuff. He had a really good one. Yeah, pinball is fun in VR. Pinball is really fun in VR.
I played that Star Wars one that Poe gifted me. Love it. Yeah, that's actually pretty awesome because it's like, whoa, I'm actually sitting. It feels like I'm at a table looking down compared to, how it's like kind of facing up on the screen. It actually felt like I was there at the table. I actually had more fun playing the Star Wars table doing it that way.
Right? Yeah, it is really neat. It's a cool experience, and that's what I like. I bought it was like $15, and you can get all of the Zaccaria tables you own become VR ready too. So that's cool. And what else? But I bought the day we got our Quest. The first thing we did was buy every pinball thing you could for the Quest before I looked up at anything else. So, but it's a lot of fun. I wish there was a way to do tournaments on that. So, and look at
VR tournament.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh yeah, he should
to get himself the. Yeah, we were talking in chat. Gideon and I were talking about it. He was talking about getting the Quest 3, and we were talking about playing the truck stim games and stuff, which I've done in the past, and that still is one of my top viewed videos is the American Truck Sim in VR. You would think someone with any common sense would make more of those, but yeah, that's what real YouTubers would do. But yeah, it's really neat. That fly has found me again. But which brings me to the other thing that happened this week. Walkabout Mini Golf released a new course. I almost said table. They released a new course. What was that thing called?
8-bit layer.
8-bit layer.
I'm pretty sure that was the name.
It is the name. So did you download that one, Poe?
Well, yeah, I download everything from work, and then I don't play any of them. So I get excited. Like Thursday morning when I was at work and we're on break, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's new pinball tables coming out, Pinball M. I'm going to go on PlayStation app, and I'm just going to buy it and post a picture because I know it isn't out for stream yet, and I'll piss everybody off. I'm like, look, it's 9 o'clock here, and I already got it. What are you guys waiting for? Oh, you're waiting for stream to put it up? But, like 9 o'clock in the morning, but then I still got 7 hours of work left or whatever at that point. So I'm not getting home to play it anytime soon.
Right. Poe has it first, but gets to play it last. Yeah. I did not purchase it yet. I haven't seen much about it yet, but I'm not sure what the course. I didn't even watch the little intro video, the demo video, so I don't know much about it, but
it looks like they added some stuff too for your avatars, like Derek, you can finally put lipstick and eyeshadow on, stuff like that.
Nice.
Nice.
Let's see, what's he say? Haven't played. No, we're still planning a time to play it without you. Don't worry, Derek. We'll still forget about you.
Thursday and Friday. Well, I tell you, poor Bart, that's when he's thinking about the work week.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because Bo will be working. So that used to be a thing where we could jump on during the week and play, but now Poe's working. It becomes very difficult for us to play games together now because Poe works during the week and I work on the weekend. So
right.
It's tough for me to get in there when Poe's available and for Poe to get in there when I'm available, and then trying to get Mike available at the same time. It's a challenge now. It was a bit easier when Poe was off.
Yeah. Or when you worked your other job, I remember you, me, and Kelly bowling on a Saturday night. And now you guys are sleeping at that time, so.
Right.
And that other cool game we all played that time where we had the bow and arrows and we're shooting all the trolls and all that stuff. And then I woke up the next day and I couldn't move.
Yeah, that thing would tear up your shoulders. Yeah. What the heck is that called? Elven Assassin or whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that is a fun game.
I haven't played that. Haven't played that since I played it with you guys.
Yeah. And I miss the bowling too, because I think that bowling, to me, it feels pretty dang real. This fly. I wish it was
I
a
think it
little
was,
bigger so you see it.
The bowling one and the darts, I think they brought to PS5. I didn't buy them on there yet, but it should be able to cross-play, even though I already have them on the Quest. But they never brought Cornhole over. I would have grabbed that one instantly. I don't know why they haven't brought that one over to PS5.
Yeah. See, all those games we played, they were good times playing those things, all 4-player and 3 players and Greg. I don't know if we can call him a player. He was there, but yeah.
No, Chaos, I'm just sitting out in the yard tonight.
That's the neighbor's house. That's the neighbor behind him. Yeah. It's spooky. It's spooky season. You got to use the green screen.
There's our ghostly Atari.
The Phantom Atari. Mike and I have our green screens going too, but we were boring and just put images of the room behind us. Yeah. That would be hilarious. Take a snapshot over your shoulder and then use that as your background. You're like, hey, take down your green screen. Let's see where you really are. Okay.
Surprise!
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. I think this thing does this thing have the default where you can add green screens behind yourself? Like,
yeah, it does. Because remember, I was at the Playboy Mansion yesterday.
And I can actually do it. Can actually do it on mobile now too. With StreamYard, I couldn't do that when Mike put in stuff in the background. I couldn't do it from my phone before, but Restream lets you do it. So pretty sweet.
Yeah. See, this is from the inside in the backyard of that house behind Poe.
Oh, Bart, you lost an arm.
Oh.
Your nub.
Can I here it is. I don't have any fancy
You're like
stuff.
Deadpool. You're growing stuff back.
I need the tiny hand action.
And I watched that newest one. My daughter, her boyfriend bought it, and they dropped it off for me to watch. Just freaking hilarious. Great movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. The Wolverine one?
Yeah. Oh, man,
funny.
that's great.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
If you were into Marvel movies, even before they got huge, they add stuff in from other not so successful Marvel movies and things like that to it too. It's just your multiverse gone wild here.
Nice. Yeah, we're so overwhelmed with the horror movies every night thing, and then when we go to bed as early as we go to bed, it's tough to watch anything other than the planned movie for that night. Yeah, that's where Master Bates lives.
I was just gonna, Master Bates and Lady Bates.
Yeah. But
her maiden name was Lingus. Connie Lingus was the name of the lady.
Nice.
Are we canceled yet?
There we go. Mike's getting his next thumbs down. Yeah. What was I going to say? See, now I forget.
I ruined everything. I'm sorry, yes. And night, everybody.
I'm sure it was nothing important. I don't even remember what the heck we were talking about. But yeah. So,
we were talking about Deadpool and Wolverine.
And watching them twice this week. Kelly and I. Well, what night was it? It was either last night or the night before. At like 7:10, I woke up watching the movie we were watching, and told Kelly, "I've had enough. I'm going to bed." So I was already in bed by 7:30, and I fell asleep at like 6:30 on the couch because it just caught up to me. Too many days in a row of getting up at 4 in the morning, and then eating dinner and settling down, and then sitting down and trying to watch a movie, and you're like, "Geez, yeah." Master Bates threw me off. Yeah. But, Derek watched the Hatchet movie last night.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's got cheesy stuff in it, but it's got the over the top kills and boobies and stuff like that. So it's always good. Now you got to watch the rest of the series, Derek. There's 4 of them, and it's worth watching. If you guys get a chance, even if it's not during spooky season, watch those 4 Hatchet movies. They're pretty good.
Did you guys see the Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2?
Oh,
You never seen? Those are pretty crazy. Typically, they're slasher films with a killer Santa Claus. But on the second one, it was kind of hilarious. I think the guy just kind of snapped. So he goes around in the neighborhood cracking jokes and then shooting his neighbors, right? And the way he dies is pretty cheesy. It's not like, doesn't seem so realistic, but like when he shoots a guy off a bicycle and the bicycle lands into a car and he flips over, and the guy's just cutting up some great lines in that film. I was just laughing. I'm like, this movie's not serious, right? And then he decides he's going to dress up as Santa and then go around, spreading good cheer with his axe in 1911,
Nice.
I guess. But yeah, it was kind of crazy. I was like, what? Usually if you watch a slasher film, they're usually carrying like a machete or axe or something. Then this guy's like, if you're running away from him, he'll just shoot you. He's like, I'm not going to chase you. Then he'll come over and chop you up. And then that was the premise of the movie. I'm like, what am I watching on this? But yeah, it was pretty funny. The first one is actually pretty good too. So they have like the 2.
I've seen the first one.
Oh, you've seen it? So the second one is his brother, his younger brother from the first film. So he goes kind of crazy because I think someone pushed him, to wear the Santa outfit. That's what kind of drives him to go crazy on it. So he had some bad memories with his brother getting killed in the first film. So,
Nice.
You never seen it, Poe?
No, I knew of them, but never watched them.
Yeah, I've never seen the second one. Yeah.
Good Christmas film.
I've seen the first Jack Frost, yeah.
Oh,
and
which
not the
one?
Michael Keaton one either. The
that's
naughty
what
one.
I'm thinking. The Michael Keaton one, like the family-friendly one.
Or the naughty one. Did you see what the snowman did with that carrot nose?
What was it? Had one of the American Pie actresses on it. What's her name? She was that one with Jim in his bedroom, the exchange student.
Oh yeah.
Nadia or something like that. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
She's in that.
What's
film.
the actress's name? I can't think of her name now. Oh man, yeah. She played in. She was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back also.
Oh.
She played Justice, the girl who falls for Jay. Yeah.
Nadia.
All caps and 2 exclamation points.
Oh, Derek.
That's Nadia for you, Derek.
You better head right over to the Bates Motel.
Yeah. God, I can't think of her name, but yeah. No, I was thinking, what's that other girl? I was going to say, didn't she play like a smart genius chick, a scientist in James Bond? But that's that other girl that was in.
That was from what was it? Something with the girls in it, strip girls or something like that. Showgirls.
Yeah, was that her? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. Her
Yeah.
name was like Christmas or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she was in 13 Ghosts too. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she was.
The remake, not the original that came out in the 50s.
Scary movie. Oh, awesome film. Love that movie.
Scary movie. Yep.
Yeah, scary movie.
Yeah. I liked 13 Ghosts. A lot of people didn't like that movie, but
I love that.
I really liked it. Shaggy was a little over the top. What's his name? He was in Scream.
Yep.
But I like that lawyer getting cut in half by the glass, and then his body slides off. It's like, oh, that is nice. Wasn't seeing Jay and Silent Bob. You don't like Jay and Silent Bob? Oh, I I get a kick out of those movies. I got introduced to those movies when Dogma was getting all the controversy.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, well, let's see what the controversy is. And I watched it. I'm like, that's pretty funny. So then I went by and watched Clerks and watched them all in order. Oh, the pumpkins are done. The girls have been in there carving pumpkins while we were on the show.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw somebody's today, yesterday we were heading out the road, and it looked like they must have carved theirs like way too early, because there's nothing but a rotten pile on their front steps right now.
Oh, nice.
That's what you get when you start Halloween in August, buddy.
Right. Yeah. Last year, Shelby bought a bunch of pumpkins. I don't think we ever carved them. And then I put them around her house to make it like a neat fall entryway. And then I think
cool.
one of the local, either a horse or a cow, because we have free range horses and cattle out here. I think one of them ate one of the pumpkins.
Yeah, that's what we used to do when we were done with them. You throw them off the side in the yard. We get a bunch of deer up here. They come and eat them. They don't bother them while they're on our steps, but when we throw them off to the side, they'll come over.
Yeah. Probably somewhere within a half mile of here, there's a big old cow poop with a pumpkin plant growing out of it now. It's the last year's yippee cow patty.
Cow patty.
She rode into town, killed a man who shot her daddy, wasn't it?
Cow patty. Yeah, that's a throwback there. Holy mackerel. I'm going to have to Google it now. It's been a long time. It's been a while. Hey, you just made me think that I don't remember what show it was now. In the 80s, they were bringing back like Twilight Zone and Alfred Hitchcock Presents and all different kinds of shows like that. And this one, I don't remember much about it except that the guy woke up thought it was a normal day, but the whole world changed around them. And I guess the premise was this always happens, but we don't notice it because we change with it. But this one instance, this guy didn't. So like the English language was changing. He couldn't understand people. And they looked at him like, he had a problem with them. But he's in an elevator or something like that. And the one guy looks at him all concerned and is like, "Cow chip, Bill." He's just like, "What?" I'm just a kid watching this with my sister. I'm like, "Wow, that's crazy." And Andy said cow chip, so it stuck with me 40 years later. I'm going to have to ask her if she remembers, because my memory is terrible. See TV.
Talk about the old Twilight Zone stuff. I did find out the last time when we flew up there to Oregon and I got to visit with Mike and we went and played some pinball and stuff. I did learn that when you're flying, probably from anywhere, but at least from El Paso to Portland, if you look out the window and scream at the top of the lungs, "There's a man on the wing of this plane," nobody finds it humorous. No, nobody, not even the cops that escort you off when you land. They don't think it's funny at all. Yeah.
It's the early 90s, or early 2000s, maybe late 90s. There was a cartoon on called The Angry Beavers or Two Angry Beavers or something. You ever see those?
Was that a cartoon?
Yeah, and my kids used to watch it. Hilarious, but there's an episode, I don't know why, but they keep going on this. They show this airplane, and I think that something with a bear, and it ends up on the wing of the plane over and over again. And you can hear a Shatner voice, "There's a bear on the wing, a bear on the wing."
That's hilarious. Yeah. Man, now I got that freaking cow patty song stuck in my head.
Cow patty.
Mike, do you remember that song? Or is this all new to you?
It was an oldie.
No.
Yeah. Nope. It was hilarious. Cow patty. Yeah, you can imagine. But kind of country tune talking about Miss Patty. Going after her dad's killer. I don't remember much about the song other than that. But oh man. So what else we got going on? Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say there's was it Haunted Halloween '87? You can still get it through Kickstarter. I know I'm gonna be putting money down towards the cartridge with the box to support them because I have '86. But yeah, that's gonna be done at October 31st. So they said no more. You can't put money down towards it anymore. But you can get the ROM, or you can get that. Me and Poe, we talked about it. The three games and the box. But I'm just probably gonna buy the '87. Get the NES. Oh, can you share a picture? I can show an image. Let's see.
Yeah, because I've got 85 and 86, but I never got the green that 85 came in. I just got the gray. I did get the orange for 86.
Yes,
so I want the
that's one I
purple
got
for
too.
80. Yeah, I want the purple for 87.
So let me see if I can share a screen. Oh, there we go.
What are you doing?
It's trick or treat.
Oh, look at that.
Have some candy.
She brought me a bag of
Wow. Yum.
Bye.
I want candy. I want candy.
Thank you. Well, now, with the delay, she'll hear that when she gets in the house.
Oh, can you see it, Bart? I'm sharing the screen
yeah.
with you.
I got distracted by candy. Oh, nice.
Possum Hollow.
You're the witch. And let's see if I can find the other photo. I wonder if this can share. Can you? Okay, hold on. Let me stop sharing. I'll show you the other one.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were ending that Kickstarter already, so I got to get on there. Smell my feet. Give me something good to eat.
87. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, got it.
Okay, there it is.
That's what it looks like. So yeah, you can write a broom on it as well, and then there's these other
I'm gonna take
the bad guys. And then,
I'm gonna pull the chat off for a second. Make it bigger. Oh, nice.
There you go. Yeah, it looks pretty fun. I know when I got to play it over at PRGE, and I was kind of laughing because it takes place like in an what do you call it, like an industrial area with green stuff all over the place. Do you know where that's supposed to be, Poe? It's like in your neck of the woods. Like,
well, they call the town that they're in Possum Hollow, even though they all wear like the Pittsburgh Pirates gear there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know exactly where, but I mean, as everybody, Pittsburgh and all the towns around were all steel towns back in the day. So it could be anywhere.
I wonder if there's a level at your job that they put in there.
The most boring level you ever seen, and it takes 10 hours to play that. Just that
Well, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so that's it right there. And I heard they did some improvements to it. So I really liked 86, and I need to pick
Looks like the screen would light up with a black light.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I love their cover art on that too. So yeah, I need to pick up 85. That's the only one I'm probably needing to pick up. So, but I will put my money down towards their Kickstarter since
I wish they still had their physical stores around here, because I would have grabbed you one and just sent it to you. You know.
Oh yeah, that would have been cool. I got paid you on it.
They used to always have at each of their places an old NES sitting right there next to the cash register where you could try out the games.
Yeah. So as soon as I get that, I'm thinking you're going to probably pick it up too, Poe. I'll probably do a video on it because I definitely like this one, and I need to do a video on 86 as well. So really good game. That's the one I've been playing. So I know Kaos has asked me about it, like what retro game I've been playing. Haunted Halloween 86. So it's either that or going back from Silent Hill 2, Call of Duty, or what was that other game picked up? Alan Wake 2. So I know Salty was mentioning that. And originally, I know I messaged you, Poe. I did not like, so far it was just a fetch quest game. Like, all right, like they want me to go look for this, that, and then you got to string pictures up. I'm like, what is this? This is not Alan Wake. I feel like it's like a detective game. So after initializing, going through that, then finally hunting the boss on it, which is a monster, a shadow monster. When I got the switch from the different character instead of that FBI agent lady and going back to Alan Wake, that's when it started becoming fun again. So I was initially going to return it back because I was like, this is not Alan Wake. This is a fetch quest game. I was going to call it the walking simulators because that's what I did about like 2 hours into the game. Walking around the woods, like, this is boring. Yeah. Oh, I love the original Alan Wake. I even love the DLC that was a American Nightmare. So I downloaded that game onto my PC and I played the hell out of that. And I even introduced a friend of mine. He's into simulator games like you, Bart, like for the airplane stuff. Mm-hmm. And he saw that, like I had that game. He's like, what is that? And I said, well, it takes place in Washington. You go shoot shadow monsters and stuff. And he said, oh, that looks interesting. I'm like, what? You know, he's into realistic games. So I'm like, all right, I'll download it for him. And he started playing it. And he's like this old 60-year-old guy playing this game. Usually he likes playing those old simulators, like back from the 80s and 90s. So the but for some reason he likes that game. He said it reminded him of Twin Peaks, which it has a certain connection to that show. So I said, wow, yeah, they had inspiration from that.
Twin Peaks.
But yeah, he definitely likes that. And then also American Nightmares, such a phenomenal game to play. Awesome play. But this one, you know, I'm just going to suggest people they do buy the game. Just try to keep playing it. You'll eventually come into some combat. After you kind of switch characters, you go back to Alan Wake and stuff. So it's getting fun now. Compared to like, I hope this is not what the game's going to be. Because it's basically you're putting photos. You have to gather evidence and put it on a wall. And then you got to string like these photos and other evidence up. It shouldn't have been called Alan Wake. It's like an investigation game. But yeah, if they could just move past that, there's a game there somewhere.
Nice. Just got to find it then.
You got to find it. Dig deep. Drink lots of beer, and you'll be fine.
And I hope that the wife doesn't want you to go grocery shopping right in the middle of playing with that.
Oh, yeah.
Chaos, they came out with that for the Switch on back, and I did buy it even though I had the cartridge for my NES, but I don't know if they said anything at Kickstarter. I don't know if they'll put 87 on the Switch. I think 86 was the first time they ever dealt with anything like that. Not sure how smooth it went for them. I don't think they ever got 85 put on any newer console. So hopefully they'll put 87 on the Switch or the Switch 2 or whatever by the time they get, because they're not delivering 87 for another year, right? Even though the Kickstarter's ending, it'll be next Halloween.
Chaos, you'll be able to get it sooner. I think the digital will be available, so you can download. They'll have the ROMs available for you to play. But I'm not sure how. You'll be able to emulate it if you're good at that.
Yeah, I know the Switch was like that was all new for them, waiting to get approval from Nintendo for their game, and there's a lot of stuff that they go back and forth. And for some of these smaller companies, it's not worth it. You know, it's not.
Oh yeah,
it's worth it to get your name out there and get the game out there finally. But a lot of the hoops they have to jump through to get them on a PlayStation or Nintendo, a lot of them don't care for it.
Which is really weird, considering like when I got to play their game, I'm like, these guys are really good at making video games. And then, did you ever see that other one they made, Full Quiet, for the NES?
Yeah, I never bought that one, but yeah.
It's kind of a 20-hour game for an NES, and it's basically you exploring, trying to find like resources and stuff, and you're like a comms guy. And I seen John Riggs, he reviewed the game, but on their store, you know, where you buy Haunted Halloween, it's not available. And I noticed I should have picked it up when I was at PRGE, because I was kind of looking at it like it didn't interest me at first, but when I kind of did some research on the game, I'm like, oh, dude, that looks like a really good game, because it's kind kind of a survival type horror game on there for the NES that takes a long time to beat. So, yeah, unfortunately, they didn't have any more copies. And when I went to the store to go buy one from them, nothing left. I'm like, So, but good news is you could play it on the Nintendo Switch. You can download it there, or the Xbox or the PlayStation. So, yeah, the digital version's there for anybody to play.
Nice.
I want some. Do you have Reese's down there? Peanut butter. Pieces or Buttercup, either way. Could you imagine? Not peanut butter cup. Reese's now has a big load of butter right in the middle of your chocolate.
Nice.
America.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Reese's.
Any laffy taffy in there?
Maybe. What's this?
Gets stuck to my breadboard.
Oh, that's something hot, I think.
Got bottle caps in there. Gluten plenty. Boston baked beans. Anything.
There's some Smarties in here, but I'm not allowed to eat that because it's cannibalism.
Eat a dum dum. Eat a dum dum.
Yeah. Payday is good candy bar. I like Payday.
Paydays are good. Oh, Henry bars.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a surprise.
Twix. Love me some Twix.
Oh, Twix is my favorite. I love anything caramel.
Yeah. Rolos. You have any Rolos?
Oh, man. Rolos are good. Rolos are good. I haven't had Rolos in a long time.
I got some about a month ago. Stopped at a gas station or whatever and was going up to pay for something, and I saw them there, and I'm like, yeah, I have them Rolos. They were gone before I ever got home. Just
Yeah. How long did they make it? I think Mike answered the phone, and he wasn't muted at first.
Oh.
Yeah. But, well, that's cool. I was going to ask you something, and then Mike was talking, but I can't remember what I was going to ask you. Oh, we were talking about the movies. So you were, oh, there, look at that. He's kind of nice.
And they're not mine. They're the wife's. They're the wife's, so I can't touch it. She said I'm dead if I touch it. So
I was going to say, we have so much in common.
Yeah.
No, that's hers.
Yeah. I am anything caramel. I think we talk about, like, when I go to the Big Dairy Queen, I'll get the peanut butter parfait, but put caramel instead of chocolate.
Yeah.
And Kelly was so determined when Mike went to get candy. When I first got with Kelly, I didn't drink coffee at all, and she was so determined to get me to drink coffee with her. She was buying every caramel flavoring you could possibly get, and I would always laugh because she back then she mostly drank her coffee black, so she put some of this caramel creamer in there, and she'd take a drink. She goes, "Oh, you'll love this. You can hardly taste the coffee at all." And I take a drink. I'm like, "There's caramel in this? It tastes like straight coffee to me." But then I found that International Delights caramel macchiato, and that's what I drink now. I do put some coffee in it too, but that's for special occasions.
You ever had that candy that had like liquor in it, or I think liquor, definitely liquor. It looked like wine bottles. I remember a friend of mine gave me some. It's like, dude, you got to try this. And I'm looking at it. It's like, what? And it had like different types of liquor in it. Like one had.
I've seen those. I've never had them.
Yeah.
I've never had them either, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And it's usually like a chocolate encased with some sort of liquor inside the middle of it. Kind of like a real wine bottle.
Hold up a minute. Is Mike wearing a Return of the Living Dead shirt?
Yes. It is.
Nice. brains.
Yeah, I figured since it was the last week before Halloween, I put on the Edward Scissorhand Beetlejuice shirt too.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. I went Halloween in more SpaceX shirt that I'm wearing. Probably.
You're an astronaut.
Oh, hold
There
on.
we go.
Let me get you bigger here, Mike. There we go.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kelly and I were watching one of the not reviewers. What do you call them? Reactors, and they were watching. I think they were watching either the Night of the Living Dead or Dawn of the Dead. I can't remember which one. One of those two, and they're like, "Yeah, the zombies. They're wanting to eat their brains." I said, "Oh, they didn't really specify the brains being eaten until Return of the Living Dead, if I remember correctly. Up until then, it was just they just want to eat. They didn't care."
Brains. Yeah, they used to eat intestines and everything.
They
And they got too good for that. They're sweet bits.
Yeah.
Savini, if you watch some of the behind the scenes stuff with Dawn of the Dead, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, that fake head they had that exploded or whatever." He said, "We just filled it with whatever I could get my hands on." He's like, "Condoms, everything." He said, "That way it blew apart. There's stuff flying everywhere."
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. What? Let's see. Best horror movie ever. He says. Yeah, just for the punk rock chick in her dance scene in the graveyard. Send more cops.
Speaking of which, the Blu-ray. So if you bought it from Scream Factory, there's for the subtitles on it, you can switch to put subtitles, and it'll actually show what they're talking about on there. When they're moaning, there's actual dialogue. So I remember I had my buddy Zach. He wanted to watch that, and I'm looking at the subtitles like, hey, this has got like extra tracks on it. So they thought it would be pretty funny to, when the zombies are talking and stuff. And they'd even had it for part 2. Do you remember the Michael Jackson zombie scene where he's taken? And it said "shomo on the bottom. I was just cracking up, and someone inserted that in the movie. So yeah, they had fun with that. So I love the subtitles. They put zombie subtitles on it, so you can hear them talking. Like give you another example. The guy, remember, he's going through pain with his other buddy that were robbing graves. You remember that scene? I think it was from part 2, right? Instead of, because they're the same 2 characters that were in the part 1 movie, Return of the Living Dead. So in part 2, they were grave robbers. Remember, they're taking the ring, and one of the scenes they hit a zombie with an axe to the head, and then the zombie's moaning, and it has like a dialogue there. It's like, "Can you take this freaking thing off my head?" It said that hurts, and on the bottom, and so we're just laughing like, "Oh, that's cool."
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Chaos. I know there was a newer zombie movie that my daughter and wife really liked. Was it Warm Bodies? Did you ever see that one?
Oh,
I see that.
And I think whenever they ate the brains, they could see the people's memories of that when they were alive or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
And that was like kind of a romantic zombie film, wasn't it?
Yeah. He wanted to be human again.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was falling in love with that girl instead of one of her brains. Yep.
And they had, I think the funny dude from Hot Tub Time Machine, the bald dude, I think he was a zombie in it too or something like that.
They were buddies. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny stuff. Yeah. I was watching we were watching some, what are those? They're twin brothers. They do reaction videos, and they went through the Evil Dead movies this week.
Nice.
So they were like, yeah, the second one had a lot more comedy than the first one. That I really liked it. And they're like, and I knew because they did the first one, then the second movie was the next day. So I'm like, okay, Army of Darkness is coming. And man, they were just laughing. Yeah. How do you like part 3?
Oh, I seen that. That's the one with the girl. She becomes a zombie, and the boyfriend's kind of protecting her. It was dark. definitely a different film. I liked it, but I still consider the first one my favorite.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that assessment. It's been a while though since I've seen them all, but they're great movies. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. Mike's had enough. He's like, screw it. Oh, his wife came after the Rolos, so
Yep, that's it.
he doesn't want to. He doesn't want us to see him get his ass whooped.
He's sneaking the back real quick.
Yeah. Hey, honey, what's that over there? Hopefully, she didn't count how many were in there, and then he gets busted.
There they are, right here. Here's the first one. Yeah, it's got the slipcover on it. So
Nice.
and then don't know if you remember that guy. So yeah, it has the audio commentary. So yeah, it has the zombie subtitles, so you know what they're saying. Yeah, really fun.
Nice.
And then
That's hilarious.
yeah, and then part 2. I don't know if anybody's seen this movie before.
Yeah,
But
I've seen it. It's been a while though.
There's the original VHS cover, what it would look like.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So and then the back. Show that real quick. Yeah, I love these two. I need to get 3 though. Kaos is right though. I should probably pick up part 3. It's a good one.
Yeah. I miss having my DVD collection. It was nice to just have a wall of movies, pick stuff
Yeah,
out.
I still have mine, and I started collecting the ultra high def ones after I got the PS5. But I'm really just mostly rebuying the movies that I had on DVD or VHS back in the day, to get the ultra high def. Plus, you get the digital copy or whatever, so you can watch from your phone or tablet or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but we really don't sit around and watch a lot. Like even watching Deadpool and Wolverine, I've seen the other Deadpools once, and that's the same with like almost all this Marvel stuff since it started. I've seen them each once. So some of the stuff, I'm sure, in the newest Deadpool movie, I'm like, I don't remember that or whatever, but there's so much. If you're really into them and you've seen them multiple times, this movie's going to have something for you in it. That's hilarious. But yeah, I just never did. Aside from like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, I've seen them all like a million times. But
Right. Yeah.
I think I didn't even see the latest Thor movie, I don't think. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably the Marvel movie that I've seen the most is Blade.
Well, Blade.
It's not even part of the Marvel universe as we know it.
Maybe you should check out this new movie.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Spoiler
retired.
alert.
I
Yeah.
thought you were retired.
Did you see that?
Retarded?
Yeah, he's like, got something about getting canceled.
Did you see the interview with Snipes when they were talking about that? Him coming into it when Ryan Reynolds first approached him. He's like,
Oh yeah.
I told him, yeah, because they ain't going to let him do it. Next thing you know, he's like, oh, okay, we're doing this. All right.
Yeah, I didn't watch too much leading up to this, but of course I saw him and Hugh Jackman doing certain interviews. Well, they did one with the Ozman reviews. They went to Australia and he interviewed. That was a hilarious interview he did with them.
I would imagine, yeah. That guy's pretty funny.
But I didn't see a whole lot leading up, so I wasn't expecting that. To see Snipes in this one, so I was laughing pretty hard.
Yeah, I did see a couple interviews with the two of them, not Snipes, but Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, where they were saying they kept waiting for the studio to be like, "No, you can't do this," and they're like, "Really? They let that go?" And at one point, I don't know who was interviewing them, but Ryan Reynolds was like, "Yeah, well, shoot, I threw a couple things in. I thought Jackman was going to say no." He's like, but yeah, so I am looking forward to seeing it.
But who was that? Affleck's, one of his ex-wives. I can't remember her name. She played one of the superheroes in one of.
I thought she played one of the
She's in this movie, and he sees her, and they say something about Daredevil.
Oh,
And they say
is she-
something about
is it the
Oh,
one that
Ben
played
Affleck.
Electra?
Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's talking to her, and they say something about Daredevil doing something and dying, and Deadpool says to her, "Sorry for your loss." You know, I thought that was
Yeah.
freaking hilarious.
And she's like,
Yeah.
it's okay. Like, she didn't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah. Jennifer Gardner, is that her name?
Jennifer
Yeah,
Garner,
that's it. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like you though, Poe, anymore. As far as watching movies multiple times, I have my old ones that I used to watch a ton of, and of course I've seen Star Wars 100 times and all these, but anymore, there's so many movies that I'm watching now. I don't have time to watch. Sometimes you got to remind yourself to watch some of the older ones again and be like, yeah, that was a great movie. I need to watch it again.
Right.
And yeah, because there's a whole lot of, yeah, see, they're behind in the chat here because Derek's just now saying, Jen, we figured this out 5 minutes ago, Derek.
Was James Garner.
James Garner.
Oh, I discovered something too from the interviews. They said so that way there's more, like a lot of that stuff you've seen in there. They took a pay cut, like Ryan Reynolds took a pay cut on that, just so they had more budget. That's why it looks, because he said, no, make this movie good. So
Yeah,
they were able
you want to talk about multiverse?
Yeah.
He really did it with this one.
Nice.
Of course, to ridiculous ends. We wouldn't expect anything less.
Right?
The whole
Yeah.
one beginning scene, I don't know. No, I'm not going to give it away. But when he's fighting the dudes at the beginning, so many sexual innuendos and so much gore right at the beginning of the movie while they're playing that song, "Baby Bye Bye Bye," and he's dancing and killing these dudes.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, you know
Oh,
who did the dancing on the movie? They actually brought in one of the NSYNC dancers.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Tim. So that wasn't Ryan Reynolds. I found out. I was like, no way. So they brought him in to do.
So they even went far enough to do that instead of just getting some dancer. That's freaking hilarious.
Of course, now I hear there's a lot of controversy with all the money they're making. I don't know if you saw that. Disney's kind of refunneling that money to other projects. And Ryan Reynolds is saying, hey, we had a deal that if this was successful, a lot of that money was going to go towards making other Marvel movies and future Deadpool movies and stuff like that. And they're taking a large chunk of it to go to these projects that aren't doing as well. And you can guess what they mean by those movies, but yeah. So I don't know though, but I am looking forward to it. I might look and see if I can't get it and watch it this week while we're off. Because the evening time we watch our horror movies for the month of October, but during the day, all bets are off. We can watch whatever.
Yeah, it was hilarious. My daughter originally, she brought it by the house. Maybe it was Tuesday or Friday. I mean, not Tuesday. She brought it and dropped it while her and my wife went shopping, and then she called me and said, "Hey, when you get home," yeah, it was Friday. I put a movie on your chair there, but I'm going to take it back when we come back tonight. Take it back home. I'm like, oh no. So I had only got through like a third of it before she came back. She's like, just keep it till next week. Nice. So I finished it today.
Oh,
Excellent.
cool. Yeah, I picked it up last night. I went to Walmart. There was only 2 copies left of the 4K film, so I'm like, I'm going to grab it because I couldn't even find it on Amazon. They were going to be extremely late. November 24th, if I ordered from Amazon, that's the soonest it can get to me. So I'll go run to Walmart, and they had 2 copies left there, so I'm glad I picked that up.
Hilarious. I wouldn't mind buying that one myself. Of course, if I buy that, then I got to buy the first 2 too for the collection, right?
Well, no, I mean, that one's perfect. It's its own story anyway.
Yeah.
You really don't need the other 2 films.
Yeah. Yeah, I look forward to seeing it. But, yeah.
Oh, Bart, you watched Alien Romulus. What did you think?
I did watch Alien Romulus. Yeah, that was a good movie. I enjoyed it. But I like the tie-ins with some of the old stuff, and but yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
And they did most of the stuff practical. That's practical effects.
Yeah.
On that movie.
Yeah, they did it. They did a great job. And then I immediately, as soon as it ended, I watched the guy that does the pitch meeting. So I watched the pitch.
I know
meeting.
him.
Yeah, that guy cracks me up. Those are hilarious. And that's actually because I had acquired the movie, and then we hadn't watched it yet, and I was just flipping through YouTube, and I saw that the pitch meeting for Alien Romulus. I'm like, oh shoot, yeah, let's watch that. So I turned off YouTube and we watched the movie, and then I immediately watched the pitch meeting, and which is fun. It's kind of like that watching the what is it? The Everything Wrong with Whatever movie.
Oh
You
yeah.
watch that guy, even if it's a movie you love and they pick it apart, it's hilarious. You know, you can laugh along with it. But so I like watching that guy, even though he makes fun of the parts that are a little wackier than, you know. It's like, well, it's still a movie, so you just you have to suspend the disbelief at some points. But yeah, but I really I enjoyed that movie a lot. Much better than Alien 3 and 4. That's for sure.
Yeah, I remember
That's a low
watching
bar,
Alien
but
3, and that disappointed me because I thought they were going to continue with the was it Hicks,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
he's not in it. I'm like, what the hell?
Hicks
They
and
killed
Newt are
Nick?
dead.
Yeah,
It's like 3 people survived the second movie, and let's kill 2 of them off
oh yeah,
between movies. That's a brilliant plan. And then I thought, at the very least, for Alien 4, Hicks should have sent a Terminator through time to go after them. Yeah, but yeah, I like. You haven't seen it yet, have you, Poe? The Alien Romulus, or did you? Yeah,
No.
it's
Yeah.
good.
it's a good movie. It's a good movie. I thought they did a good job with it. But what else? What else is new that's come out? Of course, Poe, did you see the Beetlejuice yet?
Nope, haven't seen that one yet either. I was
Yeah.
gonna rent it, but I saw it was like $20 to rent it or $25 to own it digitally, and said, well, I'll wait for a physical disc. You know, I'm gonna do that.
Borderlands is on sale. you can, I think you can buy it for like $5 or something like that.
Oh
I
yeah,
was like, oh, it's got a really major discount on Amazon.
Wow. Yeah.
well, I like the games. I don't know about the movie.
I heard it didn't do too well, so probably that's why it's a big discount. If you want to renting it, it's like cheap too. So,
Oh, nice.
but you can own it for $1 more.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see that. So, all right. So, what else exciting do we have to talk about, or do we want to? What time is it? 7:30, 8:30 for Poe. Derek says Borderland movie. That's top quality right
Oh
there.
yeah. What's kind of funny, they had it on YouTube for a little bit that you could watch it for free. So I did watch it, just a little bit of it, just to see how it was, and it's not bad. It's not too bad, but I could see why it didn't do too well at the box office. But I was like thinking, when is this movie got removed? So I had a chance to watch it all, and then the following day it was gone. So yeah, somebody got reported and they got pulled down. But that was actually pretty funny. They put it on YouTube for you to watch.
Nice. Mike,
Is
is it
it
worth
worth-
watching Prometheus before Romulus?
No. Just watch the original Alien.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I
definitely
know, there's
not
something about a
required
bunch
to
of
watch
big-
those.
Bald-headed guys going and taking a bath in a river. I like Prometheus.
Isn't that where they put baby oil on them, right?
Yeah. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. All right. Well, you guys got anything else you want to roll into final thoughts? I'm getting sleepy and I still got a movie to watch.
Final thoughts, that's fine.
All right. Mike, what do you got?
Well, I'm still currently working on video, so as soon as I'm done, we're gonna eat dinner. Then I'm gonna work on the editing part. Well, it's actually pretty funny doing that because there's like a scene I think with Jason and me. I gotta just recapture it because I think when we're doing some of our shots, I think I was too close or whatnot, so you can't see the scene. So I'm gonna have to problem call them over if we can redo that. And I thought it looked weird. I'm like, wait a minute, I can't see anything going on there. And it's like, yeah, it's because I'm blocking the shot. So I have to redo that. But yeah, we're gonna try to finish that. Hopefully, I can get it done before or at Halloween. That's my hopes to get it done on Halloween. Hopefully, I can get it done by then. So
Nice.
yeah, I mean that's all I got going on. I was gonna do a Halloween stream. We'll see that. Not on the 31st, but the 30th. So my son he said he wants to go trick or treating, so I won't be able to do a live stream. But I'm thinking about playing like a horror game. I'll find a horror game to play for that Halloween stream.
Nice.
30th, not the 31st. Going trick or treating with my son. So that's all I got.
Nice. Oh, what do you got? You must have a
Well,
lot because you didn't even interrupt Mike. So you're saving it all for your own.
I was looking at what Gideon said about associating zombies with, what was it, horror movies or Halloween, or I can't remember how he put that, but
Oh.
yeah. So we all have our own from our different regions, right? The zombies are Pittsburgh area, big time thing. What do you got out there in Washington State aside from Bigfoot there, Mike? You got things going.
The Wendigo.
Yeah, Wendigo.
Yeah, they had a. Oh, what movie was that? Antlers. So that was shot in Washington, and of course Alan Wake. That takes place in Washington too.
Right.
I know the town.
Nice.
It doesn't happen there.
And
then
Bart
What's
has
that?
Leatherface and
yes,
Texas Chainsaw.
Chainsaws sales go through the roof every October. You can just ride around on a two-stroke dirt bike and scare the shit out of people all over town.
What state does The Hills Have Eyes take place in? Have you seen that movie? I'm talking
I
about
remember it.
the original.
Yeah. The original?
Yeah.
Was that? I don't know. I'm trying to think. To me, it kind of looks like Utah to me. Kind of the southern part of Utah up in there, maybe. But I don't know. I don't know where it was actually supposed to take place.
What do we have in West Virginia? Is that wrong turn? There's got to be something down in West Virginia.
Yeah.
You just got to watch the cornhole.
How about New York? What do they have?
Escape New York.
Oh wait, Poltergeist 3. Is it Poltergeist 3 shot in New York?
Oh, it might have been. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, Ghostbusters. Yeah, that is a good one. Yeah. We think of it. Mike thinks of it as an afterthought. Poe and I didn't even think of it. So we were a team here, so we thought of it. Mojave
I
Desert.
was just watching something about it. That channel that I always forget the name of it when they go back and do history on all this stuff. Their latest video that came out, I think yesterday or the day before, was about the Ghostbusters cartoon that wasn't related to the movie franchise, but they were the first Ghostbusters to ever come out. Filmation owned the name because they had a live action TV series back in the 70s. And then all of a sudden they found out, hey, Universal's filming this movie right up the street and it's called Ghostbusters. And they're like, what the hell? We own the name Ghostbusters for our TV show. So they got in touch with Universal and they're like, there's no way we can change the name of this movie now. We have so much of it filmed, so we just got to pay them, for it. But then Filmation decided we're going to hurry up and come out with our own cartoon And the real Ghostbusters cartoon came out like a few days after that one, confusing kids everywhere. And so they're watching Filmations, and it's got an ape and all kind of weird stuff in it. And they're like, kids are like, this isn't what I just saw in the theater. You know, it's pretty cool history on it.
Wow.
But
Nice.
and if I knew the name of the guy, I always do. I would tell you right here, but I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel. It's a great channel, though. Trust me, you'll just never know what it is.
Go to the Discord channel. Look for it there. Poe will put it there.
I'll put it in. Yeah, I'll put the video up, and you're gonna want to if you love 70s, 80s, and even some 90s stuff. You're gonna love that channel. You'll just end up binging 5 million of the guys.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I was wondering too, before we kind of close everything out, when Salvatore put Jason Takes Manhattan, last Halloween thing, we should ask everybody, between Friday the 13th 1 through whatever the last movie, was it the final Friday or whatnot? But which one was the best? What would be your favorite? And everybody in the comments too, if you like Friday the 13th. Poe, what's your favorite one?
Oh, you just had to throw it to me first.
Yeah.
I'm bad with remembering which one is which because honestly, I used to watch them a lot, in the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s, and then lately I haven't watched anything. I did like Jason X, Jason went to space.
I love that one.
And I like Jason versus Freddy.
Yes.
So even though I thought Hodder should have been Jason in that one instead of,
Yep.
but yeah, I think I mentioned that here before. They were afraid that he was going to be too much bigger than Freddy, and I'm like, that's bullshit. Jason's supposed to be a big dude, man.
Yeah. See, now that Jason X one, for me, the first thing that popped in my head with Jason X is that's one of my favorite kills when he dips that chick's face in the liquid nitrogen or whatever and freezes it and slams it down and shatters her face. I'm like, that is pretty
Yes,
awesome.
that was awesome. And then he does the sleeping bag thing.
I was going to say that, the sleeping bag scene.
Now, we went to see Jason Goes to Hell when it came out, and that was a departure, right? Didn't they have the Necronomicon in that, and Freddy showed up at the end?
Yes.
And
yeah. What was the title called? The Final Friday or something like that? Or the last one? Or Friday the 13th?
I don't remember.
Yeah, because it had the Necronomicon there. So yeah, that one I think
so
that
makes
my favorite.
Jason officially a deadite.
Deadite, yeah. So that one, and then I would guess was it Jason Lives? Those were my favorite.
Yeah, I was putting some of these up. I mean, you can read them on the side scrolling, but Kelly went with the first one, then the third. Salvatore said 1 and 2. Chaos went with easily part 6. Oh, I just took it down. I didn't know it was still up. Easily part 6, but he's a sucker for Jason Takes Manhattan.
There's no love for the potato sack, Jason.
That was was it 3? Was that
2.
3?
2.
Okay.
2 was the potato sack. Yeah, I think he is. I think the guy that played Jason is the guy in Hatchet also. I'm not for sure though.
And I think I saw that the hand that comes up in Jason Goes to Hell, the Freddy hand, I think they said that Kane Hodder, Jason, actually was the Freddy hand in that movie. Something I saw coming up.
Nice.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Jason Goes to Hell. That was the last one for that, where he's supposed to die.
Yeah, because when I watched it with my buddies at the theater, of course, we were the cool guys. At the end, we're singing Highway to Hell real loud in the movie theater, thinking we were awesome.
Nice.
I would sing it here, but I don't need a copyright for this channel.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I watched the early ones much more than I watched the later ones. By the time the later ones were coming out, they were I'd watch them once and never went back to them because I was moving on to other stuff. So I don't know if that's the reason, but the first 2 or 3, the first one still has a special place because it was the first one. And then, then you got the potato sack, Jason, and then the third one he gets the hockey mask, so it's iconic there.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard for me to pick, but I would go probably with one of those, and then jump right to 10, Jason X. Because I did. I enjoyed the movie anyway.
Right.
And I like how they kind of poked fun at the whole, have the girls with their boobs out. That'll distract them, because that's what would, and then he sleeping bags them and all that
They
stuff.
should have had a crossover with Jason and Star Trek or something.
Right? Yeah. He should have got abducted by the Borg. And Jason versus the Borg.
Well, they started.
This.
Oh yeah, they started doing that with what was that, Leprechaun? Remember they had a Leprechaun movie called Leprechaun in Space.
Oh no, I didn't know they went that far.
I watched it, and yeah, he's trying to kidnap some sort of Mars princess to marry. So that's the premise of the film. And what was kind of funny, there's a part in it. Well, he goes in some guy's hot dog and comes out of it. So that's one of the scenes.
Nice.
That almost like
so that was his kill. Like, I hate to go out that way.
Right?
Clip I sent to you guys the other day, Wadzilla or whatever the heck that was.
Yeah. Well, the best part with the Leprechaun movies is if you go to the first one, you can see the pre-nose job Jennifer Aniston in her true form.
Yeah, I remember watching her on the TV series Ferris Bueller whenever she was the pre-nose job.
Right. Yeah, that's true. She was on that. But, yeah, and I still get a kick out of watching these reviewers or the reactors, and they're watching horror movies now, and all the ones that aren't sure that Glenn in Nightmare on Elm Street, is that Johnny Depp? It's like, well, who else on here do you think could be Johnny Depp? Yeah, it's like, it seems pretty obvious.
And he was also Edward Scissorhands, and he had Freddy's claws, but no, he had scissors for hands. But we should have had that movie, Freddy versus Eddie.
Right?
Just throwing it out there for Hollywood.
The Battle of the Hands.
And that's where Vincent Price was in that movie.
Yeah. In his black and white grayscale glory.
Grayscale.
Yeah. Let's see. What's Chaos saying here? Yeah, he'd be a great bioweapon. Yeah. Elon Musk can put those brain things in that he's working on and see if he can control Jason. That would be cool.
Well, maybe we should have Jason goes to Hollywood or goes to Washington. I'm sorry, and he's a senator or something.
Right. Right. But anyway, all right. So is that your final thought?
Yeah, I'm just reading what Chaos is saying about leprechauns, probably from outer space. I don't know about that. They're from Ireland. Same with the Banshees. Banshees and leprechauns. They're all over the place over there.
He was just trying to find a wife on Mars, Chaos. That's why he went there.
I don't think I saw. I know of that movie, but I don't think I saw it.
Oh, it's cheesy. Yeah.
Well, I love it.
I love it.
Maybe the first 16 of them, and then lost track after that.
Well, I think the last one. There's one. He goes to the hood. So that's my next one I gotta watch. So he goes to the hood. Leprechaun in the hood.
Yeah, I know they got creative with the locations for those movies. All right.
Yeah, I don't know what I'll be playing this week aside from the challenges. Another Tomb Raider video will be up tomorrow at noon, but you saw me. If you watched the first one, I struggled a bit, so it's getting better. It's getting better.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it yet. I saw that it was out, but
you could probably skip the first 44 minutes of the 55 minutes I recorded there. Start getting into it.
Excellent. You should put a channel break or whatever.
Right.
A chapter break. This is where it gets good. Yeah. Tales from the Hood.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was a Tim Burton themed bar going on this month in Pittsburgh, and my boss actually went to it Thursday night. And of course, they had a drink that was the Beetlejuice, and he said they had games going on where they had silhouettes of Burton characters, and you had to write down stuff and go to another station. But each person was only people that went in there. You were given an hour and a half before they'd kick your ass out of the bar so the next group of people could come in. And of course, everything was way overpriced, he said, to cover charge all the drinks. But still a cool idea if you're really into that kind of thing. But
Right.
I'm not into driving into Pittsburgh, getting drunk, and then trying to drive back home.
Right. Yeah. All right. All right. I guess we'll just end it here then. My final thought is get into the challenges. What's the arcade game again, Mike?
Haunted Castle for the arcade. Yep.
Haunted Castle. And I'm going to set up that pinball tournament for Pinball M Camp Bloodbrook. They'll both go through. At this point, I'm probably only going to be able to do a 6-day, or so it's going to end on Saturday. Otherwise, it won't end before we start the show. Just in case I'm able to get the scores up before we start the show. But so look for that. We'll put it in Discord. Both of those. I think Derek might already put the one for the arcade, and I'll put all the stuff about the pinball one. Tim Burton Bar, Johnny Depp is bartender in all locations. Yeah.
I'm the leprechaun. Sorry, that was a Mike Myers bit, right? It wasn't from Wayne's World. He was scaring Garth. I don't have a flashlight, or I'd put it right up under the keyboard.
Right. So, all right. Well, I guess we're going to call it here. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Greg, if you're watching this on replay, I hope you're feeling better. And yeah, we'll catch everyone same time next week with
for November. Holy crap!
It'll be no, we're not doing that November thing. No,
not November. Or what? Like, no nudge. No nudge.
Yeah,
that's what it meant to say.
That's why I had to eat my payday right now, because next week it'll be no nut. Yeah. All right. So thanks for watching, everyone. We'll catch you next week. And I'm going to see if I can't play an outro. Later.